Okay, hi. I hope this works. Welcome. Today's webinar is about how to stay safe on social media. And yeah. Introduction. Whether it's text, talk, or video, the internet is a great way to communicate. Thanks to social networking services, it's easier than ever to keep up with your friends and family. You can exchange ideas, photos, and videos, and even plan events with friends and family living far away. Like all powerful tools, technologies come with some risks. These risks can be managed as long as you follow some basic precautions to help keep you safe. Older adults are online. So as you can see in the chart, most American seniors are now online, and as of 2021, over 96% of elders 50 to 64 and nearly 97% of Americans over 65 are internet users. That number is getting bigger all the time and for good reason. And those two categories are the orange and the red bars on the right. First, moderating screen time. Some analysis show that much of the time older adults now spend in front of screens was previously dedicated to activities like reading and socializing. Excessive television viewing and the sedentary lifestyle that often follows has been linked to cognitive impairment, poor verbal memory, and increased risk of CVD mortality in older adults. These risks may inflate even more if people continue to swap behaviors like reading and face-to-face interaction for online browsing activities and less interactive forms of media. So there are a lot of apps designed to help you set healthy restrictions, and here are a few resources that can help you limit your daily screen time. You can use Screen Time for Apple and Android devices, Flipped for Apple and Android devices as well. And if you own an Apple device, then the latest iOS update can report screen time, and it allows you to set your own limits on general and app usage. All of these blue words and underline things are clickable for when you get your own copy of the slideshow. So if you want to check those out, you can also click there. More tips for reducing your screen time. Designate screen-free times of day, which is at least an hour after waking up and an hour before going to sleep. Dedicate time to mindful activities like taking a walk in nature or meditating. Delete unnecessary apps and turn off notifications. Try to balance your time spent contacting people online with in-person interactions. And when you do spend time in front of the screen, do something active like stretching. Oh yeah, I didn't notice that before, but on the right there's a picture, and that's for Apple devices with the latest iOS update. So in your settings, there'll be a tab called Screen Time, and then you can see the screen time you have on either just this device or all devices, and it shows you like the categories like social networking, other, reading, and the like. And then you can set limits for each apps with that. Oops. And you can set limits for each app with the orange button. That's like how long you can spend on it before it kicks you out of the app. And then you can have downtime, which is when it won't let you turn on your device in the time that you set it, so that you take breaks from the screen. And yeah. Okay. Common scams. It is important to be aware of personal emergency scams, scams that are like you owe money to someone or an organization, IRS, Medicare, and Social Security scams, infected computer scams, robocalls, free trips, neglect of jury duty, and dating or friend scams. Basic safety and privacy tips. Passwords. Use strong, unique passwords. Privacy settings. Restrict who has access to your information. Posts. What you share reflects you. Spam. Be aware of links that you might click on. Report and block. Report any abuse or explicit content. And online payments. Tips for shopping and donating. Password safety. Never share your passwords with anyone unless you've designated someone you trust to manage your accounts. This precaution ensures that no one accesses your account to try and impersonate you. A stranger could use your account to ask your friends or family for help by sending you money during an emergency. You can use a password generator, and we highly recommend that you use different passwords for different accounts. Complex passwords. So it is recommended that your passwords are at least 8 characters and include numbers, uppercase and lowercase letters, and symbols. You should avoid using names or dictionary words. For example, that is a secure password at LACPass23IKMS money sign. And if you want to learn more about how to make good passwords and password security, here is a past webinar. The here thing. Password generator. Your web browser might suggest a password when you're creating a new account online. So as you can see, this is Safari. They created a strong password for you, and you can either use it or don't use it and make your own. As you can see on the left, there's an example of what it'd be like. So like that scramble of letters. Privacy settings. Most services have settings that let you control who can see and interact with your social media posts. So here's an example of Facebook privacy settings. In the Privacy Settings tab, you can control privacy when you post by changing your post to a public or a public, friends, or a custom post, as you can see there. And then for custom privacy, you can change it to like visible to friends of friends, only specific people, or just yourself. And then you can also like hide this from specific people, which is very helpful. Facebook privacy basics. Before posting to any service, it's good to get to know its privacy policies and settings. There are privacy settings for smartphones that can restrict who has access to your location, your contacts, and your other personal information. The link on the left leads to, I'm pretty sure, the privacy settings of Facebook. And then on the bottom, you can watch a webinar that is about Facebook and Instagram security settings. Facebook, manage your privacy. So you can see here there's a lot of options. You can see if you want to deactivate or delete your account, what you should do if your account got hacked or someone took over it. You can see what computers and phones your account is logged into, so that if there's one that you don't recognize, you can be like, that's not right. Unfriending and blocking people. making more secure passwords, trusted contacts, when you should log out, uh, spam, and like reporting it. And then there's how you choose who can see stuff you post on Facebook, how you can see what your profile looks to other people, who can see your reactions and comments, how you delete posts, if other people can see your friends list, and comments and reactions by others. So this is all under the privacy section of Facebook. Yeah. Think before you post. Whether it's a picture, a video, or a comment, what you post and what you share is a reflection on you. All posts remain on the internet forever, so make sure that you feel good about being associated with anything you say online, and be sure not to post anything that you wouldn't want to share with the world. Even if you're using privacy settings to limit the audience, there's always a chance that your post can be copied and shared by others. And everyone who uses social media develops a social media personality. This personality is both a reflection of how you want others to see you and also how others see you based on your social media activity. Health awareness. Be aware about Googling symptoms. Yes, that cough could be lung cancer, but it's probably just the common cold. Only use approved apps or browsers for online medical appointments, and be sure you're connecting with your healthcare provider. Only rely on reputable health sites. Be wary of ones that you haven't heard of or aren't affiliated with a reputable medical facility, and check with a doctor before following advice you get online. Spam. As you can see on the right, those are some examples of spam, and very clearly it's quite obvious that most people would not win $100,000 of a lottery that they didn't even enter into, or get an email from Mark Zuckerberg saying that he's going to give you $1.5 million. So yeah. Unsolicited emails. Simply getting these messages isn't necessarily dangerous, but it can be annoying. In some cases, they can be from companies you've interacted with in the past, and if they're legitimate companies, then there's probably a link to a page where you can ask safely to be moved from their list. But if they're really spammers, they won't stop even if you ask them to. So the best thing to do is make sure you're using whatever spam filter is provided by your email service, and to make sure to avoid clicking on links and unsolicited emails, because there is a chance that they could lead to sites designed to scam people or infect computers with malicious software. Be mindful of what you click on. So as you can see, this is a very clearly not very real email, and it has a big button that says safety measures. There's also a high chance that that is not a button to any safety measures, because this is a fake email. Email phishing. Don't click on links in emails or on social media from banks, credit card companies, government agencies, or other organizations until you're 100% certain that they're legitimate. There is a common scam called phishing, where someone sends you a link to what looks like a legitimate website, but it's actually just a scam site created by criminals to steal your login or other personal information. Even if the company name is part of the web address, it could still be a scam. What to look out for in emails. Official organizations will have .gov, .org, or .edu domains. Spelling mistakes, or bad grammar. uh, contains a long link or something that says "Get started." Uh, Too good to be true emails, and emails requesting to verify personal information or payment information. As you can see on the right, that is a email about tax return, but a real IRS email address would have an at irs.gov domain, and this one says at getrefundnow.com. So it is not very real. And if you want to learn more about phishing, there is a past webinar that you can click here to view. You may also receive fake promotions, sponsorships, and gifts throughout direct messages on all social media platforms. As long as you don't click on any links, your account won't be compromised, and you can also report and/or block attempted phishing accounts. Report abuse. You can report offensive or harmful content from anyone, including friends, families, and caregivers. We hear a lot about kids being cyberbullied, but it can also happen to adults. If you are getting messages on social media or an email that are threatening, mean, extremely angry, accusatory, or in any way abusive, don't respond. Instead, report the behavior to the site or service and, if necessary, reach out for help and support from someone you trust or from law enforcement. Reporting to social media authorities. All major social media companies and online mobile service providers have employees that respond to abuse complaints. You can report or block social media accounts from interacting with your account or contacting you. So as you can see on the right, there's a lot of examples of reporting. And then on Facebook, it says there's a big red arrow that says report profile, and that's how you would report someone. Oh, okay. How to report on Facebook. To report a profile, go to the profile that you want to report by clicking its name in your feed or by searching for it. Click the three dots to the right and then select Find Support or Report Profile. To give feedback, click the option that best describes how this profile goes against their community standards and then click Next. And then depending on your feedback, you might be able to submit a report to Meta. And for some types of contents, they ask you not to submit a report, but they use your feedback to help our systems learn. And then after that, you click Done. If somebody's bothering you on Facebook, you can also unfriend or block them. On that note, how to block on Facebook. To block a profile, switch to the profile that you want to use. Click your profile picture in the top right of Facebook. Select Settings and Privacies and then click Settings. Click Blocking in the left menu. In the Block Users section, enter the name of the profile you want to block and then click Block. Select the specific profile you want to block from the list that appears and then click Block and then Block Profile Name. If you can't find a profile using this method, you can go to the profile that you want to block and then select Block from the three-dot menu in the bottom right of the cover photo. How to block on Gmail. From your inbox, open a message from the sender you would like to stop. Click on the little arrow next to the reply button. It's downwards facing, I believe, and select the Block Sender's Name option. On the right, it's outlined in red. And a pop-up window will appear and ask you if you want to block the sender's address and move all future messages from it to the spam folder. Click on the block button to confirm. How to block on Outlook. From your inbox, select any message from a sender you would like to block. Click on the three dots next to the forward button. Scroll over security options and then click block sender's name. So as you can see on the right, the three dots is the one in the highest red box. And then you have security options and then you have block. Online payments safety. It's best to use a credit card when shopping online. If there's a dispute, the credit card company will refund your money while they investigate your claim. Carefully review all transactions before confirming them. If you make a mistake, contact the company right away to see if it's possible to undo it. Oh, oops. Be careful about any online merchant that you have never heard of before. Some might be out to steal your credit card number or other financial information. When shopping or banking, look for secure websites with an HTTPS in the browser's address bar. The S stands for secure. Be especially careful about offers for low-cost medications or medical coverage. Do some research before donating to online causes or organizations. Read all of the fine print and look into the person or organization behind the pitch. If you want to learn more about donating online safety, there's also a previous webinar you can watch by clicking there. Thanks! If you'd like to learn this lesson with a Cyber Seniors mentor, please go to www.cyberseniors.org or call 1-844-217-3057 to register for a one-on-one phone session. We also hold weekly tech drop-in sessions from 2 to 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Thursdays. Do you have any suggestions for topics? Email carly@cyberseniors.org. Watch a recording of this presentation again. You can visit Cyber Seniors YouTube channel linked below. And yeah.